A lot of these broads out here, they're just shooting themselves in the foot. It's just crazy to see. So I'm going to show you a video of a lady. Shout out to Bill Burr of a woman here. She's on a date with a dude. It goes well. She sees him reluctant to pay the bill, so she offers to pay the bill, and he takes it in terms of, oh, you can pay a portion of this. This is what you pay for. This is what I pay for. And she got mad at that. But anyways, let's let this play. And the audacity, she has the inner caption, who is in the wrong. Fair use.
The audacity some men have, thinking that they have the privilege to take a beautiful woman out and then just pull stupid ass shit. I want to talk to your mom and understand why she raised you like this, or like what went wrong in your childhood. Do you hate women? Let the story begin. I met this guy. So he comes up to me, we're talking, get his number, and he's pretty persistent on taking me out. So I was like, all right, I'm just gonna give this guy a chance. I'm not like really trying to go on the date that bad, so I'm just gonna tell him I can do like a quick dessert. It's like, oh, I know this restaurant in this neighborhood, I love it, the best dessert. I'm like, cool. This guy knows the manager. We gonna cut the line. We don't have to wait 40 minutes. Like, he's the plug. Okay, let's do this. I'm excited. He ordered one dish. She's like, oh, I have this dish here that I love. I'm just gonna order that. I'm figuring out this guy went to Harvard, works at Meta, just bought a house, studied abroad, learned Italian. Green flags all around up until the check comes. If you're taking me on a date, I am not paying for anything. I'm just sitting there looking cute, watching him pull out his wallet. And I usually just say, thank you, thanks for dinner, so sweet. He was moving so slow. It's like he didn't want to pay. Don't make it that uncomfortable. Like, put your fucking card down. So I don't know what came over me, but I was like, oh, did you want to split it? And this man says,
you didn't really eat that much, so why don't you just spend like a third?
I wouldn't even split a $25 meal with my girlfriends.
Already broken.
Such a shame. Such a shame. And by the way, you might, like, obviously on a scale of 1 through 10, she's a 5, right? A 5 or 6. But in her mind, she really thinks she's like a 9 or an 8. And she thinks she's being conservative if she says I'm an 8. The reason why is because she's skinny and she's Caucasian. That's really all it takes in this dating market, because the amount of, man, all I have to say, man, have you been on Tinder, man? These whales on Tinder that we got, these tapirs, these warthogs. Did I mention the tapirs? Like, what? So in her mind, she's like, I'm the prize, and look at me, and I'm giving this guy a chance. Oh, he just works at Meta. I could just put him in. I'll just put him in my rotation. But that's how she feels. That's how she feels. Now let's rewind this whole thing. We'll break this whole thing down again, because there's a lot of things we gotta talk about here. There's a lot of things we need to talk about here.
Audacity some men have, thinking that they have the privilege to take a beautiful woman out and then just pull stupid ass shit. I want to talk to your mom.
Where's the beautiful woman here? No disrespect, but this is a 6. Like, this is a 6. Like, she has the makeup on right now, and the moisturizer, and her hair done and all that stuff. Where I'm like, yeah, she's skinny, so that helps her. That, like, just being a woman in shape in today's market already puts you as one of the top % women. That's how low the bar is for women. You know, they always want to say, oh, the bar is in hell when it comes to men. No, it's not. No, it's the bar is in hell for women, because literally all you got to be is in shape, and you're already a top % woman. Like, I remember, you know how they did the female delusion calculator, right? And they have a male delusion calculator, believe it or not. And somebody literally put, just for like a regular broad with no kids, it already put her at like the top 20 percentile. And so then they were just like, okay, okay, fine. If it's a fat bitch, okay, if it's overweight, she's still considered like a top % woman. Like, the bar is super low for women. Like, it's the bar is literally on the floor. The bar is right on the dirty McDonald's bathroom floor. I'm not even like exaggerating.
And understand why she raised you like this, or like what went wrong in your childhood. Do you hate women? Let the story begin. I met this guy. So he comes up to me, we're talking, get his number, and he's pretty persistent on taking me out. So I was like, all right, I'm just gonna give this guy a chance. I'm not like really trying to go on the date that bad, so I'm just gonna tell him I can do like a quick dessert. It's like, oh, I know this restaurant in this neighborhood, I love it, the best dessert.
So yeah, woman like that, in her mind, she has options. Now, I'm gonna say this: she needs to stop playing around, because she is going to age really bad. I'm talking about, like, she's gonna age. She's definitely gonna age out really bad. So yeah, she's gonna have to stop playing around.
Like, cool. This guy knows the manager. We gonna cut the line. We don't have to wait 40 minutes. Like, he's the plug. Okay, let's do this. I'm excited. He ordered one dish. She's like, oh, I have this dish here that I love. I'm just gonna order that. I'm figuring out this guy went to Harvard, works at Meta, just bought a house, studied abroad, learned Italian. Green flags all around up until.
So She's like, oh, this guy's a beta Brad. I can use him. She's because especially when the way she's describing him in the beginning, um, she's not really attracted to him. You can tell. You know what I mean? So right here, let me rewind it a little bit.
Italian, green flags all around up until the check comes. If you're taking me on a date, I am not paying for anything. I'm just sitting there looking cute, watching.
And like just this attitude, dog. I'm gonna say this, man. If anybody from my elementary school, the reason why I had one, I say I'm not saying I don't have anger issues because I do, but part of it, what used to drive me insane, is the way older Caucasian women, especially at that age, you know, when you're talking about older Caucasian women in there, like they're 27, you know, that 26, 27, 28, 29 range, or 30, 31, 32, that range, the way that they would talk, the entitlement, the condescending, you know, nature, the talking down to you. And I used to just get mad just them talking to me because the way they was talking to me was crazy. Just to, in my opinion, during that time. And I used to get very upset on how they would talk to me. And people be like, man, why are you so much? You just telling you. I'm like, nah, you don't understand the way she talking. She on that bullshit. And I'm seeing now, particularly Caucasian men, I think they're finally starting to be like, well, no, I can't take this no more. Like I already know, like there's certain bitches I saw that got married. And I'm like, they not good. I'm like, she finna be divorced. This was me when I was in elementary school. I'm like, she gonna be divorced in like 5 years tops. I'm like, the way she talking to me as a kid, because I'm like, she beefing with me. She's an adult. How you beefing with me? That used to be like my they used to be my position during that time. Because none of the male teachers really had any problems with me. They, I'm looking back, not really. Even like my I don't, let me not even say no names. But but that just that condescending. I'm like, there's no way. How are these dudes putting up with this kind of thing? Like, there's no way. Not for me. There's no way I'm putting up with that. You know what I mean? No way. I'll say this. Maybe, I could be a little bit too old school or whatever, but a woman like that, she's gonna have to be quiet around me. Like a woman like that, she's gonna have to hide it. I'm talking about really. You're gonna have to be like, um, I don't want to even say no celebrity name, but like I remember I saw something in the comment section. They mentioned Saquon Barkley's wife and how quiet she is, and I'm like, that's what you're supposed to be. What can she offer? And besides, if she talks, she would ruin her own bag. That's why she's quiet. But like a bitch like this, right? That I'm showing you, she don't even realize the way she acts. The way she acts is going to ruin her own. She's shooting herself in the foot the way that she acts in public, and you're gonna see in a little bit.
Pull out his wallet. I usually just say, thank you, thanks for dinner, so sweet. He was moving so slow. It's like he didn't want to pay. Don't make.
So off that attitude right there, if he paid for the whole thing, she was gonna be like, "That's a good boy. Thank you, good boy." Pat you on the head. Good boy. Thank you for paying for everything. Thank you for giving me an experience. That's a good boy. So she peeped him. Well, really, what it is, she peeped him peeping her. So he was pulling out the wallet, but the way he was realizing he basically realized that she was just expecting him to just do it just because, you know what I mean? And he was just like, wait a minute. I think during that time, that's when it finally hit him. Oh, this is not, she don't even mess with me for real. And then this is where she's like, oh shoot, let me try to do something about this here, right here.
Is that uncomfortable? Like, put your fucking card down. So I don't know what came over me, but I was like, oh, did you want to split it? And this man says,
You didn't really eat that much, so why don't you just spend me like a third?
I wouldn't even split a $25 meal with my girlfriends.
Already broken.
So he realized really there and there, or probably during the meal, at all the stuff that she was ordering, her disposition, he was like, oh, she don't even really mess with me like that. I was pushing way too hard on her. Pause. Right? Nah, that's no pause there. No, there's no why there. Anyway, Pyro might get that reference. Anyways, she she overplayed her hand, and he probably peeped it during the dinner. And for her to say face, she was like, well, because maybe in the back of her mind, since he had the quote unquote credentials, she wanted to save herself or save her reputation in front of Beta Brad to make it seem like she's not that bad of a person. So she offered to do something that she usually doesn't do. Because low key, she won't admit it, but she is in desperation mode to find Beta Brad to take care of her. But even her having to do that act in and of itself, it turned her off so bad that it still leaves an ugly taste in her mouth to this day. But that's just my opinion of that. This is my opinion of things. Shout out to TD Fakes. Anyways, let's look at some of the comments. Somebody said, I'm trying to figure out where the beautiful woman was. Somebody said, high income, has his own house, is well traveled and attractive, but one minor inconvenience and it's game over for him. Holy. Yeah, exactly. Somebody said, she's the red flag, bro. Got off lucky. Exactly. She's a whole walking red flag. She doesn't even peep it. She don't even peep it. Somebody said this was a test and she failed, and that's what I wanted to leave it off as at right here. A lot of women, or sorry, let me rephrase. A lot of men have been told by, their blue-pilled parents, right? Or particularly their blue-pilled dad or blue-pilled mom, don't lead with your wallet, right? You need to look for somebody that actually likes you for you. So there's a lot of guys out here. I say most guys understand I can't lead with my wallet or I'm going to attract the wrong type of woman. But what that's done for Gen Z dudes is now they're realizing that most women don't like most men unless if they're paying, whether it be for dinner, whether it be for the house, whether it be for marriage. Most women are not attracted to most men. Now, what would make up for it in the past is the financial aspect part of it. But most Gen Z men have been taught not to lead with that. So now they're starting to realize, oh man, most of these women don't even like men for the most part, unless if I'm paying, So this is the backlash. A lot of you're hearing a lot of Gen Z women, some younger millennials and Gen Z and alpha women, Gen alpha women, where they're complaining about men are not paying for this, they're not paying for that, and blah blah blah. But they don't even realize they're failing the test. They're failing the test. So here you have a guy. He was reluctant to see if she would pay. Now, technically, she passed that part of the test, but for her to be like, I'm not even going to be with this guy no more, and how she was so mad that she had to pay that she doesn't even want to speak to him no more, she didn't pass the test. And he probably peeped that she wasn't really messing with him unless if he was paying, and this is why a lot of you, I'm sorry, a lot of you American girls, your guys gonna get replaced. You guys are just gonna get replaced. You know what I mean? Y'all listening to Sprinkle Girl and your manless friends, your manless to peer warthog friends about what dude to be with. A lot of guys, they go on a date with a girl, or and you thought you and the girl were in, and then she puts your picture in the group chat and she gets roasted and she doesn't talk to you again. All these games y'all been playing, it's backfiring. I'm talking about like a massive, backfiring. You know what I mean? So, ladies, that's on y'all, man. That's on y'all. You guys overplayed your hand. Y'all played way too many, like, I won't even say elementary games. I would say like kindergarten games, preschool games. Playing way too many preschool games with these grown men. Now they really have, most men now, they just don't, they want really nothing to do with most, I would say, American women. And it's not even because that they're fat. It's just the attitude, the disposition, the entitlement. That's on them, man. It's on them.